Have you actually stopped to consider the sheer scale of the invisible network operating quietly in the background of our daily lives? I'm talking about the massive, flawlessly coordinated systems required to get everyday items right into your hands. Every single time you click buy, or grab a coffee, or start your car, you are interacting with the end result of a truly breathtaking global dance of resources, people, and technology. Okay, let's dive into this because the answer is honestly anything but simple. That phone didn't just magically appear, it was brought to you by the unseen gears running our world, a fascinating field known as operations management. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on this invisible engine and explore how the very concept of creating and delivering products has been completely transformed by our modern, super interconnected globe. So here is the roadmap for our explainer today. We'll be covering 1. What is operations management? 2. The globalization shift. 3. Tech transforming the floor. 4. Modern global trends. And we'll wrap it up with 5. Mastering the global market. Let's get right to it. Section 1. What is operations management? The foundation of business.
So what actually is operations management, or OM for short? Well, it's basically the process of planning, organizing, and controlling resources to produce goods and services efficiently. The absolutely crucial point here is that OM is all about taking inputs, think people, technology, materials, and information, and turning them into high-quality outputs on time and at a reasonable cost. Whether we're talking about a massive car manufacturing plant or your local hospital, OM is the beating heart of the operation. The ultimate goals? Constantly improving productivity, ruthlessly reducing waste, and absolutely meeting customer expectations.
Moving on to Section 2, the globalization shift, expanding the scope. Think about how things used to be. Companies mostly just served their local markets, right? But today, wow, we are navigating incredibly complex, interconnected global supply chains. A business today might source its raw materials in one country, manufacture the actual product in a second country, and then sell it in 20 others. This borderless approach introduces incredible opportunities, but it also brings massive complex challenges. Suddenly, operations managers aren't just dealing with a factory floor. They're coordinating across wildly different time zones, languages, legal systems, and cultural norms, all while trying to ensure materials arrive exactly when they're supposed to. Section 3. Tech transforming the floor. The innovation. Right now, there are exactly 7 T technologies driving what we call the Fourth Industrial Revolution, or Industry 4.0. This whole revolution is defined by smart manufacturing, where digital tech is deeply integrated right into production. Think of companies like Siemens. They use interconnected smart machines, sensors, and data to monitor conditions in real time, detect problems before they even happen, and optimize their entire production schedule. Now, AI and machine learning take this smart manufacturing a massive step further. Instead of just monitoring things, AI is actually learning from the data. A perfect real-world example here is General Electric. They use AI to monitor the health of their massive industrial machines. By analyzing all that data, the AI can actually predict exactly when a machine will need maintenance, long before it actually breaks down. This predictive maintenance saves GE huge amounts of money by avoiding unplanned downtime and those really costly emergency repairs. On the physical side of this tech boom, we've got robotics and automation, and this brilliantly illustrates how the big players do it. At Foxconn, for example, robots assemble delicate electronics with just incredible precision and speed, while automated guided vehicles handle all the heavy lifting of moving products around the floor. This lets them scale up their production to meet massive global demand while simultaneously getting human workers out of dangerous or super monotonous tasks. Beyond smart manufacturing, AI, and robotics, there are 4 other vital pieces of tech shaping the future here. We've got the Internet of Things, or IoT, gathering real-time sensor data. Then there's cloud computing and ERP integration. IKEA, for example, uses cloud systems to manage its entire global supply chain and inventory from literally anywhere in the world. We're also seeing additive manufacturing, which you probably know as 3D printing. Companies like Siemens use this to print custom, highly complex parts on demand without needing expensive molds. And finally, blockchain. Walmart is actually using this to track the journey of their food products with a tamper-proof, totally transparent record to ensure ultimate food safety. Section 4. Modern global trends. Navigating the pivot. Okay, so one of the absolute biggest strategic decisions a company makes is where to actually put their factories. For years, the major trend was offshoring, moving production abroad to countries with lower labor costs. That's exactly what Apple did, utilizing suppliers in China. But recently, we are seeing a real shift towards reshoring. Following massive supply chain delays and global disruptions, companies like General Motors are actually bringing production back to their home countries. It's a highly calculated move to gain better control/transport costs and minimize those international risks, even if the local labor costs are higher. Another absolutely crucial balancing act is choosing between lean and agile operations. Now, lean operations, famously perfected by Toyota, are all about doing more with less, removing waste, improving efficiency, and driving down costs. But in a fast-changing global market, pure efficiency just isn't always enough. You also need agile operations, like the fashion retailer Zara, which is built from the ground up to respond lightning fast to sudden changes in market trends or customer demand. Modern companies are finding that survival literally requires a mix of both, the baseline efficiency of a lean model combined with the rapid flexibility of an agile one. And these high-level global trends, they connect directly with brands you interact with every single day. For sustainability and green operations, we see Unilever using renewable energy and IKEA committing strictly to recycled materials. For mass customization, which is giving customers personalized products at mass production prices, we have Nike by You, letting you design your very own shoes. We see strategic alliances, like Starbucks partnering up with PepsiCo to get their bottled drinks onto global supermarket shelves. And for digital transformation, Amazon completely leads the pack, using big data to forecast exactly what you're going to want to buy next. But, perhaps the absolute most vital trend of the post-COVID era is supply chain resilience. These days, it's not enough to just be fast and cheap, you have to be tough. Resilience is the ability to bounce back quickly from a natural disaster, a political crisis, or a global pandemic. To build this kind of resilience, companies are totally rethinking their risk management. Apple, for instance, realized that depending too heavily on just one region was a massive risk. So they've been actively diversifying their suppliers across multiple different countries. That way, a disruption in one place doesn't just halt their entire global operation.
Section 5. Mastering the global market. Building competence. Look, despite all this talk about AI and robots, business is still, at its core, fundamentally driven by people. And managing a global operation means you're employing a beautifully diverse workforce across countless borders. You can have the best cloud systems in the entire world, but if you don't have deep cultural understanding and respect, your operations will fail. Companies absolutely must invest heavily in talent development and cross-cultural management. They have to train their leaders to navigate multicultural environments so that every single team, whether they're in Tokyo or Toronto, feels understood and motivated.
And that cultural understanding directly feeds into this next big balancing act: standardization versus localization. Standardization keeps your costs low and ensures consistency everywhere. Localization, on the other hand, adapts your product to exactly what local customers want. The real masters of the global market find the perfect middle ground here. Take Samsung, for example. They heavily standardize their actual production processes and quality control to ensure top-tier reliability everywhere. But they localize the specific features and software of their smartphones to perfectly suit regional tastes and languages. Speaking of quality control, if you're going to compete on a global stage, you absolutely must build deep trust with your customers. And how do you do that? Through strict adherence to rigorous global quality standards. Adopting frameworks like ISO, that's the International Organization for Standardization, ensures your products are safe and reliable right across the board. Implementing methods like Six Sigma relentlessly roots out defects and improves your processes. Hitting these standards isn't just about ticking compliance boxes, it's about signaling to the world that your operation is truly world-class. Wow, we have covered a tremendous amount of ground in this explainer today, zooming from the basic definition of operations management all the way up to navigating the complexities of our hyper-connected, tech-driven world. But as we look at the incredible rise of automation, right alongside the vital need for cross-cultural teamwork, it leaves us with a genuinely fascinating question to ponder. In the face of future global disruptions, will robotic efficiency run our supply chains entirely, or will human cultural understanding always be the crucial final link? It is a delicate balance, and exactly how companies answer it will undoubtedly shape the future of our invisible engine.